And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Starting off this Sunday segment with watches and warnings, starting with some warnings here for the area from Point Lay down to Point Hope there, and for the northern Seward Peninsula there, Wales, Shishmaref, and St. Lawrence Island. Those are high wind warnings out for winds 30 gusting to 70 miles per hour. And then down to the southeast, with a big storm coming up from the south, we've got winter weather advisories here across the Copper River Basin, Susitna Valley, here in over the to about the western Alaska Range, as well as the western Kenai Peninsula area. And that's for snow, possible areas of freezing rain, and heavy snow for Thompson Pass. So heavy snow warning continues there. And winter storm warning and advisories here over the northern panhandle for moderate to heavy snow continuing in those areas. Satellite imagery showing actually several impulses coming northward out of the Pacific and then dying as they reach the coastline here, but still moisture is traveling up into the interior with very light precipitation amounts, especially up here pushing into the eastern Brooks Range today. Next system coming up here southeast of Kodiak Island, kind of a break in between this band and the one down here, giving some clearing across southern Alaska today in areas from the Copper River Basin, northern Cook Inlet, Susitna Valley on back down into Bristol Bay. But this one coming up pretty good clip here, and that'll be moving right across Kodiak Island this evening and really weakening quite rapidly as the whole system makes landfall. It'll weaken quite a bit. And then we got some clouds out here over the Aleutians there, and actually a weak system here near the Alaska Peninsula. Another one with some showers near Adak and Atka. And putting that through again, you can see good northeast flow here coming across this northern Bering Sea in the central areas, becoming lighter down here to the south. On the chart, weak low pressure south of the Alaska Peninsula there, and some areas of rain and snow associated with that, right on up into Bristol Bay, and then mixed precipitation occurring here with this system as it came up along south central Alaska, Kenai Peninsula, into Turnagain Arm and eastward. Still looking at some snow there in the Valdez area on up toward Thompson Pass, where that winter storm warning continues for the heavy snow, and that extends into the northern panhandle as well. Here's the next system that tonight, as you can see, washes out into a trough as that low center tracks across Kodiak Island and into northeast Bristol Bay across Shelikof Strait. Weakens quite rapidly. Front also weakens, but still looking at some gusty winds here out of the east and southeast across all of southern Alaska associated with that. And some light precipitation lifting northward across the panhandle, drying out to the south. Next system down here developing, and this will be the big wind producer here as it comes northward tomorrow, bringing gale and a lot of, in fact, actually mostly storm force winds here to the North Gulf Coast and the Gulf of Alaska, right on up into Cook Inlet. Storm force winds forecast tomorrow. 55 knot winds forecast in Prince William Sound tomorrow. Wind and precipitation will be on the increase there along the north coast of the Panhandle in the afternoon. Otherwise, should be a dry day for the remainder of the area there. Stays dry here over the northern interior. In fact, the Alaska Range kind of the cutoff for the moisture. Lingering light snow up there over the eastern Brooks Range area. And some areas of light snow here along the southwest coast with showery conditions over the Aleutians and the Bering Sea. Dry to the north, though. Excuse me. Then for the day on, back it up, this low tracks northwestward, and when it makes landfall, it virtually is gone. Just a weak trough right through here and a weak low 24 hours later, Tuesday afternoon. But the change will be quite an area of snow with all the moisture coming northward, collides with the colder air back here to the west and north. So there'll be quite an area of light snow occurring from the eastern Arctic coast right across the Brooks Range. Some blowing snow there through the passes with that new snow expected to fall. Then lighter winds, but still snowy for the Seward Peninsula, Yukon Delta, all along the middle and lower Yukon River Valley into the northern Bering Sea here, all the way down to the Pribilofs and the central Aleutians. By contrast, there'll be a lot less wind and a lot drier here over southern Alaska with some clearing periods, especially north of the Alaska Range in the upper Tanana Valley and 40 Mile Country. And a weaker low moves off the south coast of Prince of Wales Island, or off the southern southeast coast, off the coast of Prince of Wales Islands for kind of wet conditions down in that area, but nothing too serious, drier to the north. And for the lows tonight, anywhere from 0 to 40 below. Coldest on the north slope for those lows, around 40 below. Otherwise, as you can see, not too far below zero in the Tanana Valley. And here, south central Alaska, teens and 20s, mid-30s for Homer, though, and in the 30s, upper 30s for the Alaska Peninsula, Kodiak Island, mid-30s for the Aleutians, mid-20s for the Pribilofs, upper 20s, lower 30s, northern Panhandle. And then for the highs on Monday afternoon, upper 40s there for the area from about Sitka down across Craig, Klawock, and Heidelberg, with near 40 to the north, mid-40s for Yakutat, mid to upper 30s here, inland areas of south central Alaska, but around 20 for the Copper River Basin, and 5 to 15 there for the Tanana Valley, all the way up in toward Bettles, but from the Brooks Range out to the Arctic coast, staying below zero, and lows also below zero in that area for Tuesday morning, and back down into the lower single numbers there for the interior areas, Tanana Valley areas, but still Delta Junction looking at a low of 19, and mild conditions here, lows in the lower to mid 30s for south central Alaska. Very mild in the Panhandle, upper 30s to mid 40s for the lows. And then that'll be followed by highs, 40s everywhere over the southeast coast. Mid to upper 30s here, south central Alaska. And teens to lower 20s in the central interior. And not too far below zero for the Brooks Range out to the Arctic coast.